today I want to show you one of my really bizarre Sonic pickups. So yeah, I went post office this morning and I got a package in the mail and I picked it up. So yeah, here it is, the Stay Sonic handbook thing. I don't know why it's called Stay Sonic, but at the top it basically says the ultimate guide to the world of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I'd seen this on the internet and I was immediately interested, and so I got it. Just for £8 actually, 8 of my fine British pounds. And what's more is with that I got the official Sonic the Hedgehog special, which is like a floppy softback version of the official Sonic the Hedgehog yearbook. As you can see, it's hardback, which I might show them sometime. And also this, which is Adventure Gamebook 1, Sonic the Hedgehog. These are the big game books, aimed at sort of children more than, well, younger children than the other game books, which are like proper readable game books. But this has some nice art inside. I'll show that some other time as well. Let me just move them over there. So yeah, Stay Sonic. Oh, by the way, as you can see, that's my toilet. Just thought I'd point that out. Stay Sonic. Really small book, just really nice feeling. Even though it's paperback, it's not very floppy. It's just, really nice book, really nicely put together. Let's read the blurb. But what else do you know? Sonic hasn't always been blue and Robotnik hasn't been Dr. Kinsball. Immediately reading this, I know that it's the UK and I think European continuity. I'm a big fan of this continuity. I grew up with Sonic the comic, Egmont Fleetway sort of thing, so I'm very familiar with this. This is what I think is the real Sonic, but I can see why people would disagree with that, because you got Archie. There's so many different Sonic continuities. I think that's what actually ruined Sonic in the end, is that they just couldn't stick to one fucking thing. But anyway, enough of the new school hate. Let's look inside. Stay Sonic. Stay Sonic. Introduction. Hey, don't believe we've met. You were probably moving too slowly. Oh, fuck off, Sonic. You see, the thing about Sonic in the UK is that he was always a dickhead. He was always a complete, utter prick. But that's what I loved about him, in a way. In the beginning, there was Sonic. So yeah, whatever. Scene 1. So I guess this is like the Sonic origin. When Sonic was brown and, I don't really want to explain it because it's kind of long, but if you want to know about the UK continuity, it's really interesting. Go look it up. It's really cool. Basically, scene 1, whoosh, clunk. It's really strange. Sonic untucked his head, tumbled forward a few more times, then bounced stylishly to his feet, topping it off with a mild flourish just in case someone was watching. Where am I? He wondered, blinking his eyes. Yeah, this is just standard, What I really find weird is that they've used a real picture to represent Kinsball's laboratory. I just think that looks really strange. It's just really bizarre. This looks like a science revision exercise textbook more than a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog related book. It's just really, really strange. So yeah, they've got some really sort of bizarre little illustrations. I'm using that word a bit too much, mind me. So yeah, scene 2. They have got some Sonic illustrations, but they're really not that great, to be honest. Just pretty standard, uncoloured line art. They've got some pretty ugly looking Sonics, if I do say so myself. Some cool Robotniks. So yeah, they're basically just telling the origin story. And, Sonic the Hedgehog. So I guess this is when they go into detail about the characters. Sonic Youth. Now this is what I found really interesting. This bit is actually meant to explain that, where Sonic came from. If he had parents or anything. I've always assumed he's an orphan. But this is what it says. Check this out. No one is quite sure how Sonic arrived in Green Hill Zone. He was found wandering around in a daze one day by a sharp-eyed owl. A number of different possibilities have been suggested, though there is little hard evidence to support any of them. Quite simply, one day he wasn't there, the next he was. In a nutshell, it doesn't tell me anything. It explains how Sonic got his powers. Well, some of them, like how he enhanced them. It basically says that his friends helped him out, like Johnny Lightfoot, a rabbit with Mobius's undisputed sprint champion at the time, coached Sonic, and soon they were able to outstrip every other creature in the forest. You know, I think that's cool that they made Sonic learn from his friends. Sally Acorn, the squirrel, this is interesting, taught Sonic how to leap incredible distances, a skill that has proved vitally important in combat with Robotnik. So yeah, that's Sally has been reduced to a jumping teacher in this continuity. Sonic style. Sonic is instantly running, yeah, whatever. You know, I might have to skip quite a lot of this. Are you a Sonic nut? Dr. Ivo Robotnik, early years. Kinterbor's CV makes for an impressive reading. Little is known about his family. Oh, by the way, this is Robotnik, Dr. Kinterbor. Except that they were unremarkable. So his parents were unremarkable in every sense, and that he was adopted. So Robotnik was fucking adopted. That is just absolutely nuts. At 18 months, young Ovi was able to perform complex algebraic calculations and beat mainframe computers at 3D chess. You know, this is just full of awesome crap. I love it. Physical characteristics. Once a trim man given a healthy organic diet, Robotnik is now disgustingly fat. You know, it's just said it blunt. Mental abilities. Personality. What personality? Bad tastes. You know, they're just again with the really bizarre real pictures, or photographs I should say. Objectives in life. The egomatic. Now this is cool, because here they actually have a little diagram of inside the egomatic. I think, I couldn't really tell, it took me a while to figure this out, but I think it's a bird's eye view, and it just has all little information on it. You know, Robotnik's badniks, you know. I've seen quite a few of these. They do a bio of all the badniks. You know, I think that's really nice. They would never do it for Sonic games now, you know. Because quite frankly, the enemies in Sonic games now are just lifeless. You know, you don't think twice about them. Whereas the badniks had a lot of character and they were fucking awesome. You know, much better than those fucking unleashed robots that just stand in your way and you just boost right through them. What a load of shit. Anyway, yeah, so we got badniks. Nice badniks. Sonic 2, now this is where the pages change colour. It's just a little guide. I've never really liked these. I never even liked them as a kid. They didn't help me at all. I couldn't be bothered to read through them. Just general tips of each zone for Sonic 2. By the way, I forgot to mention that this was released in 1992, so this is when Sonic 2 just came out, I think, or maybe just before. So yeah, Sonic 2 Master System tips, you know. I'm going to have a read of this later because that is the hardest fucking boss in the entire universe. Sonic celebrities, oh my god. Fucking Kathy Dennis, Richie James. That Tails look. A red ball of fur where Sonic is always impeccably turned out. Okay, I don't know what that means. Tails just doesn't have Sonic's style. Hell yeah. Tails has a whole different style of his own, man. He's sick. When there's a matter of possessing two tails, this makes him doubtably good at wafting away unpleasant smells and insects. That is a very strange way to use his tails, but anyway. Double joints at the base of his spine explain their bizarre rotary action. That is just fucking awesome. I've always wanted to know how Tails does that, and now I fucking know. You know what? This is a science book. Fuck yeah. Breaking the sound barrier, yeah, just, you know, general stuff. The zone. You know, this is just explaining the zones from Sonic 2 in detail. You know, I'll have a read of that later. That's probably going to be interesting. But yeah, and that's basically it. That's Stay Sonic. It's pretty interesting. You know, it's a little bit of a boring book. Like, if you just flick through it, there's not much to look at. It's just a few crappy pictures and stuff. But, you know, it's an interesting read. And if you like Sonic the Hedgehog, and if you even more like or you're just interested in the UK continuity, then this is definitely a good pickup. Yeah, so anyway, I collect Sonic stuff, and I'll be showing off my full collection soon. But yeah, this is Stay Sonic, published by Fantail. And yeah, that's it. Peace.